But in Korea, poop is everywhere. Like, hello everyone, it's Hara in Korea, and today I wanted to make a video about 5 things that I like about living in Korea. So before we get into this video, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do that. I am also going to be making a video about things that I hate in Korea, but I decided to start off positive first. So if you're interested in seeing things that I dislike or hate about Korea, then make sure to subscribe so you don't miss that video. Make sure to give this video a like, and yeah, let's get into the video. So I tried to pick some things that you don't hear about as often in these types of videos. But the first thing that I like about living in Korea is, this might sound a little weird, but the poop culture. I'm not sure how it is in you guys' country, but in America, I feel like poop is such a secret topic. Like, nobody talks about it. It's kind of taboo, and it's so weird to me because it's a natural thing that everybody does. So I don't understand why people act like it's a secret when they have to go to the bathroom to poop. But in Korea, poop is everywhere. Like, they even have a poop cafe, which I admit I thought was quite weird when I first came here. They have lots of advertisements for supplements and foods to help you poop. I feel like nobody's really embarrassed to poop in public. When I'm in America, these days I don't really care anymore because I got used to living in Korea, but before I came to Korea, I was so embarrassed if I had to poop in public. I would do everything to avoid going to the bathroom in public because I was just embarrassed. I was like, oh my gosh, I must be the only one doing this. But in Korea, nobody cares. Literally nobody cares. And I feel like because it's so openly talked about, like, if you have a problem, it's so easy to get help, like with your bowel issues. And also, I really like how in Korea, even though nobody really cares if you're pooping in public, I really appreciate how the bathroom doors are just so long. A lot of them go from almost the ceiling to the floor. And again, I'm not sure about other countries, but in America, the stall door is so short. You can see everything, and there's like cracks in the door sometimes, like between the space of another door, and so people can kind of see you if they're really looking, or I don't know, like it's only like covering like half of your body. And so it was actually really funny when my boyfriend went to America. He had to go to the bathroom in the airport, and that was the first American bathroom he saw. And he was so surprised by the doors. He was like, why is this door so short, you know? So I really appreciate that because at least it makes you feel even more comfortable going to the bathroom in public. And also, not every bathroom, but some bathrooms might have a button you can press, like especially if you're at the airport or someplace a little bit more fancy, you can press a button and it just has nature sounds, you know, to cover up any embarrassing sounds. And I love it. I love poop culture here. Okay, the second thing that I like about living in Korea is the outside gyms that are in Korea. So Korea is a country that is very active. They are always moving. If you go hiking, you will see people who are in their 70s hiking up a giant mountain way easier than I ever could. People walk everywhere, and it's not a problem. I would say some of the older people are more fit than I am. So Korea takes moving your body very seriously. And so one of the things that I really like is next to a lot of parks and next to a lot of apartment buildings, they have outside gyms. And I'm not saying that the gym is perfect. It depends on where you live and what gym it is, but they always have different exercise machines that you can use. So for example, most of them have like an exercise bike. Most of them have like an elliptical. They have things to work your arms. They have this one thing that like helps you twist your back. I love that one. And it's just really nice because if you're out taking a walk and you decide I need to, you know, get my workout in, you can just go to the gym for free and work out. With that being said, there's no resistance on a lot of the machines, so it's literally just all your body weight. But I think the fact that they are at most parks and outside of a lot of apartment buildings is really convenient. So next, the third thing that I like about living in Korea is the basic medical care. So I actually have a love-hate relationship with Korea's medical system, and I'm gonna get into that in my video about things I hate about Korea. But just on the basic level, I feel like Korea's healthcare system is pretty good. If you are living here and you are signed up with the national health insurance, you can easily go to the doctor. Many doctors don't require an appointment. And whenever I'm sick and I go to the doctor, I can usually get an appointment and my medicine all for under 15,000 won. And it's super convenient. Usually it goes pretty quickly. I've had the flu twice this year, so I've already went to the doctor a bunch. And it was so cheap. I was in and out of the office within like 20 minutes. And with a flu test, talking to the doctor, and my medicine, it costs like 15,000 won or less. So yeah, whenever I have any type of little tiny problem, if I tell a Korean person, they're like, just go to the doctor, just go to the doctor. And I feel like they don't understand. I'm not used to doing that because in America, you don't just go to the doctor for little things. And I feel like whenever my students are slightly sick or they have some type of tiny mark on their body, they're like, oh yeah, I went to the hospital. I'm like, it's just so different in America because it's so expensive and a lot of people don't have good health insurance. So you can't just go to the doctor all the time. But in Korea, since it's so cheap, people go to the doctor all the time. The fourth thing that I like about living in Korea is the customer service. And I will say I've been to places where sometimes the customer service isn't super friendly, such as immigration or the bank. But outside of places like that and the occasional rude, racist person at like a store, I feel like customer service is so good. You walk into a shop and everybody's so excited, and I know it's all fake, you know, that's their job, they're getting paid to do that, but they're just so nice and they have a smile on their face and they talk in a high-pitched voice that makes you feel like you're welcome. One example I have of this is maybe about 5 or 6 years back when I was coming from Korea to America. I was on the flight in Korea. Of course, you know, I was taking Korean Air and the Korean Air flight attendants are just amazing, super nice, super friendly. And even before I left Korea, Korean immigration was super friendly, super nice, no issues, going through security, super chill. And I hadn't been in America in like 2 years. So it was kind of reverse culture shock when I got back to America. The moment I stepped off the plane, I just felt like everybody in the airport was so hostile. Seeing how the American staff at the airport were treating passengers just wasn't cool. Okay, and the fifth reason that I like living in Korea is because when you live in Korea, you don't need a car. I'm not saying that having a car wouldn't sometimes be convenient, especially for me. I live in the countryside, but I also can walk to the bus station in 10 minutes and go anywhere I want to in the country, pretty much. There's a bus that goes everywhere, you know, the KTX and the trains are very convenient. So calling a taxi if you need to call one is convenient, and I'm not saying it's cheap, but it's not overly priced. So I feel like getting around Korea is very simple. I haven't had any problems getting around Korea. And I've told myself, as long as I live here, I'm probably not gonna get a car. I've been questioning that decision slightly while living in the countryside, just because sometimes it's hard to walk all my groceries from the store or something like that. But again, I really don't need a car. I can get anywhere in Korea within 8 hours, and yeah, it's really convenient. So anyway, I hope this video was not too long. I tried to make it quick, and I also tried to pick things that I don't hear people talk about super often when they talk about things they like about Korea. But yeah, those are the 5 things that I like about Korea. I'm sure there's a lot more, but I thought about these things within like 10 minutes off the top of my head, and that's what I came up with. But if you guys would like to see more videos like this, or if you have any ideas for videos you would like to see in the future, please let me know in the comment section down below. Again, if you're not subscribed to this video, please make sure to go ahead and do that, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!